Welcome again to our YouTube channel, Bold Faith Perspective. Today we shall be a little bit short. Did you know that a conversation can be very interesting if you are keen to make it interesting? That any conversation you enter into, any conversation you engage yourself, it can be very interesting. And the person you are conversing with, the person you are talking with, can also be very interesting if only you intend to do few things to make the conversation interesting and to know and discover that the person you are in conversation with might be very interesting. One, in a conversation, please, you can allow them to speak. Let other people speak. Don't be the one who is speaking all the time. It's not a monologue. Speak for some time. You can take a pause. You can wait so that the person can ask even relevant questions or can make relevant inquiries. Allow others, let others speak when you are engaging in a conversation. Don't take over the conversation. Don't be the one who is talking all the time. You put them off. You cut the flow of the conversation. It becomes a one person conversation. The other person may wish not to engage if you do not allow or let them speak. It is important to be patient in a conversation. Just be patient in a conversation. Don't feel that urge, that desire to speak. Allow the conversation to unfold. Do not direct the conversation to where you want it to go. Allow interactions with one another, with each other. Don't speak all the time. Do not dominate any conversation, but allow others to speak. Let others to speak. At least you can have some good questions from the other person, good inquiries. Necessary interruptions are good. Allow them to speak, but as you allow them to speak, sometimes know when to be quiet, to let them speak, and not to interrupt them unnecessarily when they are speaking. Do not just interject. Don't just bring in any other idea as they are speaking. Allow the flow of the conversation to go on. Let the person also speak without interrupting the person so much. And when it's your turn to speak, speak for a short while. You can take a pause, allow the other person to speak also. Another key thing that you have to do to have a good conversation and interesting conversation is practicing good listening. Practicing good listening. Be a good listener. Don't listen to what you want to hear, but listen to what the person is speaking. Sometimes we think listening is just paying attention and being attentive and hearing what they are speaking, but there is more to it than just paying attention. Hearing what the person values most. From the conversation, you can see what the person values most. Hear those values, those esteemed things in the life of this person. Hear those things. They might not be spoken, but you can feel, you can see, you can decipher those values this person is exposing as this person speaks. Hear what the person holds dear. Hear what the other person takes as important. Hear what the other person gives value to. You are paying attention, you are listening, you are hearing, but listen more to the underlying values this person is exposing in a conversation. This person might be speaking in a way, then you can see these things are valuable. These are values the person stands for. Even from the form of argument the person poses, you can see where the person places value and importance. That will help you in a conversation, so that when it is your time to speak, when it's your time to give your idea, your opinion, you acknowledge those values, those important areas the person holds dear, that you may proceed and also make the conversation be interesting. Good listening, hearing what the person not only is speaking, but the values the person is espousing, the values the person is giving, hidden in that conversation. Don't hear what you want to hear. Hear also what the person intends to speak, even without using of words. The person may speak, may use words, and they are also unspoken things, values that you can hear. Hear what the person also intends you to understand from the conversation. There are some hidden things that you can hear, you can listen to, you can see where the person is heading to, and also help the conversation to continue. That's how you make a conversation interesting. The other thing you have to do is to avoid distractions when you are in a conversation with somebody. Sometimes we are very distracted. Maybe you are before a TV, you are listening to the person and watching TV, you are listening to the person, you are in a conversation with the person, you are on your phone, texting somebody, reading messages, or trying to see who called you, and that puts off somebody from engaging in a conversation. Be focused, show intent, that you intentionally there for the conversation. Do not be dismissive in a conversation, and more especially when you're having conversations about faith, conversations about big ideas, conversations of important things. Show interest. Do not be dismissive by being distracted by other things, your phone, other things. You are pushing things here and there, you are taking the cup out, coming back, taking a glass, and you are distracting yourself, and the conversation is not going to be interesting, and it's not going to flow. So avoid distractions. And then finally, watch out how you respond by your gestures, use of hands, facial expressions, how you show your facial. Sometimes we pass informations and we communicate things from how we do our facial expressions. Somebody may say something, but from our faces, even when we are not speaking, maybe we can show a face of judgment. We are dismissing an idea, or we are surprised, or we are joyful, or an interesting idea has come up. Show those warm, interesting facial gestures, facial expressions that will make the person even speak more, give more information. Don't be dismissive by your facial expressions. Your eyebrows, how you do them, how you open your eyes, how you put your face together, or make sure you give warm facial expressions to allow the person even to talk more, express more, open up more. Show interest in the conversation. Don't pass judgment by your facial expressions and gestures, even the use of hands, how you are seated, crossed of the legs, the hands are showing something else. Show that warm interest by your facial and gestures or expressions that you give, that the person may be interested in continuing the conversation. Even the way you chip in as the person speaks, the sounds you make will encourage a conversation or dismiss a conversation. So sometimes we have to take care of these simple things as we enter and engage in conversation. So today, that's what I wanted to talk about. Just a short one for today. Tomorrow we shall look at a particular article of faith and discuss about it and see where it is found in scripture and as taught by the church, a tradition, an article in the Catholic faith where it's found in the scripture. People may dismiss it and say, it's just a tradition. No, where can we locate some of these things that we teach in the Catholic Church in the scripture? May God bless you and enjoy your conversation this weekend by letting others speak. Allow them to speak. Do not distract them from the speaking. Don't interrupt them unnecessarily. Listen to them. Give them time to speak. And when it's time for you to speak, speak for some time. You can give pauses and the person can ask you a question. Interact well. Practice good listening. Listening to what they want you to hear, even without using words, than just listening to what you want to hear. And also avoid distractions. And finally, make sure you give good expressions, your facial gestures, hands, legs, sounds, and all that, so that you encourage a conversation. May God bless you, and especially as you engage in things to do with faith, may you be bold in your faith. Speak it out, let it be known, and you have done your work. This is Father Daniel. Bold Faith Perspective. God bless you. Thank you. Have a good evening.